The heart of top management quality initiative is total quality management, TQM. So far we learned what is TQM, why TQM, what are the 8 principles of TQM, what are the benefits of TQM, and now we are going to cover what are the problems we are going to face as we implement total quality management. This topic is equally important for those who are writing ASQ certification exams or project management certification exams or auditor certification exams like ISO 9001 or AS 9100. Also for those who are implementing TQM in their organization, this helps as a checklist or a risk management document for them to proactively anticipate and keep actions ready so that they will mitigate the impacts, negative impacts of these problems and create greater benefit for the organization along with smooth implementation of TQM in the organization. Hi, this is Jagdish Kumar doing this presentation. The first fear is that TQM implementation is complex and effort intensive. No doubt TQM implementation requires action plans and detailed actions, but it is not complex. We know even in project management, when situation looks complex, the best solution is split them into bite-sized pieces, means convert them into manageable tasks, give it to people who can deliver and collectively obtain the result. That methodology can be followed here to make TQM implementation relatively simpler and less effort intensive. Lack of management commitment. Management is not so serious. It can happen as the TQM initiative is getting implemented in the organization. In any organization, depending on the size and complexity, TQM may start delivering the results after 6 to 8 months of implementation and sustained efforts. If management doesn't have that kind of a focus, the effort may die down. It's the duty of management to provide strategic direction, vision, that means long-term dream. Here the dream being enhanced customer satisfaction and thereby enhance business mission, what is the purpose of existence for the organization, and guiding principles. If these are not provided by top management, people work not in aligned single direction, they will work in different directions, thereby the efforts get minimized. We need to orient all the efforts in one direction to maximize the benefit. Resistance to change, this is a common cultural problem. Argument that current working is good, current way of doing is good, why do we need a change? So resistance for change, if there is, then an initiative like TQM cannot be successful. People should accept the change because what is permanent in life is a change. Lack of adequate homework means planning here or preparation. There is a proverb, as we know, failing to plan is planning to fail. If you do requisite planning and homework in the beginning, including splicing the major task into manageable tasks and then assigning to responsible people, the work will become simpler and TQM will be more effective and will deliver results faster. Short-term benefit focus. TQM is a long-term affair. As I mentioned, it takes months together before it realizes the benefit, and by that time we should not lose our interest, we should not lose our confidence. There should not be short-term benefit focus, it should be long-term. Even if there is no sizable benefit in the beginning, if you persist, the benefits will start enhancing as we move forward because of our perseverance. Failure to appreciate the need for customer focus. The starting point, one of the 8 principles of TQM is customer focus. If customer requirements are not captured and addressed, stakeholder requirements are not captured and addressed, we cannot be in the business. We cannot succeed in TQM also. Lack of training. The crux of TQM is people development, people enrichment, people empowerment. And people development starts with the training. Lack of training lack of people development efforts, and inadequate team development and team empowerment. Empowerment, you know, where the people have the freedom to take routine decisions. If these are not there, then TQM may not be effective in the organization. Commitment not sustained, as we discussed already. These are long-term affair. Benefits will start maybe 6 to 8 months down the line. If you don't have that commitment to sustain, still persist and take it forward, maybe in between the TQM initiative may fail. Lack of sustained long-term efforts, again TQM problems are only because we are not thinking long-term, as it is seen from point number 9 also, that your effort should be long-term, then only it will create lot of competitive advantage. The major takeaway from TQM is that it will create lot of competitive advantage by elimination of waste, standardization of processes, seamless integration of various functions, and sustained customer value addition. Problem number 10, lack of mutual trust. The leader and the team should have mutual trust. The management and the employees should have mutual trust. With that only any initiative will be successful. So is the case with TQM. If there is lack of mutual trust or respect among various levels of employees, TQM can never be successful. Let us remember this point number 11, frustration of initial failures. Any long-term sustained major initiative may not fetch results in the beginning. There could be teething issues, there could be problems of infancy. This should not frustrate us. We are knowing that initially there could be hiccups. If we sustain and persist only, there will be sustained benefits. So frustration of initial failure should not be there. Continuous failure to meet too aggressive set targets. So aggressive targets, maybe by lack of knowledge or otherwise, top management might have set or the middle management might have set, and if the targets are too aggressive, obviously they are not going to be met as planned, and that should not lead to frustration. We should be normal, and maybe benchmarking is one concept that may help in not setting too aggressive targets in the beginning and seeing several failures. Lack of team culture, very important. Together everyone achieves more. The team culture should be, we are at performance level. As we form a team, we know that 4 steps: form, then there will be storm in fighting among the team members, then normalization happens. Now they realize team's objective is more important, then they perform, and all the teams should be high performing teams. That ecosystem for team development should be there in the organization for quick results, effective results from TQM by contribution by all. Lack of will for long-term sustenance of the movement. If you are not thinking long-term, TQM is not going to give the benefit. It takes around 6 to 8 months, as my experience goes, to start giving sizable benefits. That long-term sustenance should be there. If it is lacking in the organization, TQM can be a failure. Communication gaps, very important in any strategic implementation or strategy implementation is excellent communication. Misunderstood management directions also can lead to lack of orientation or alignment among the people to maximize the benefit. Instead, they may be working in different directions. Thereby, efforts are there, but the overall sigma or the summation of the result will be minimal. This can be avoided only through an excellent communication. Data not accurate is very, very important. As we have been discussing, the accurate data only can lead to accurate decisions when we do data-based decisions. If the data itself is not accurate, obviously the decisions will not be accurate. Decisions cannot be sustained. Sometimes the decisions cannot be practical also. So this should be very, very important to remember. Data should be accurate for any quality related analysis for improvement and so on. Insufficient resources. If management does not provide adequate resources, or if the middle management and lower management fail to ask adequate resource and provide the adequate resource on timely basis, TQM cannot be a success, because it's a long-term affair and it requires a lot of persistence and sustenance involving a lot of inputs, including resources, which are very critical. To sum up, we understood now that the TQM is all about total, that means involvement by all personnel and all functions in the organization. Quality means meeting and enhancing customers satisfaction. Management is all about plan, do, check, act, anyway is known to us. We also understood 8 principles of TQM in our earlier presentations, benefits, and now the problems that we may encounter. These problems will definitely help us to prepare our risk management document, preempt the risk or the problem from occurring, and thereby ensuring smooth and seamless implementation of TQM for enormous benefit to every organization. I take this opportunity to once again request you to subscribe to this channel, like button you please press if you like this presentation. You are free to provide your comments which can be inputs for me for my future approach, and please don't forget to share this knowledge with the needy who may be writing certification exams like ASQ or project management or ISO, AS, or they may be quality practitioners who would like to prepare a risk management document before they venture into total quality management. I take this opportunity to thank you for all the support you have been